there's our little pattern block. Well, it's a block because there's no seam allowances. There's our little paper block that we made from the last video. And what I've gone and done is I've just copied it out in cardboard because it's much easier for me to show you in cardboard and to draw around. But I've just traced that round into cardboard. There's our dart, which is now coming from the waist, the one dart. So we've now gone from a two dart block into a one dart block. So back onto the pattern paper, using these dots and crosses as your grain lines. So these run at right angles to each other. So if you get into the habit of always placing your centre front line or centre back line, or indeed your fold lines, along these dots and crosses, so in other words, you're placing your grain of the fabric along these dots and crosses, then it's a really good habit to get into because your eye automatically goes to them and you know that's where the grain is. So let's place that on our paper. I want to move, just like I did when I was cutting the paper blocks, I want to move this dart and I want it to come in from the armhole, let's say, just as an example. So the first thing you want to do is draw where you want that dart to come in. So let's have a dart that's coming in from the armhole. So it's quite a sharp angle. That's where I want the new dart to position itself. So again, line up your block, straight grain, centre front, and you start from the position of your new dart. So I'm going to go around this way, and I'm going to close that and open it there. So you start from this position, start from the new dart position. Now, this is going to stay the same, shoulder's going to stay the same, neck's going to stay the same, as does the centre front down the grain, and the waist stays the same. And then I get to this dart, the one I don't want, the one I want to close out and open there. So I mark where the position of that is, pick up something sharp again, pop it in the bust point, and close it out. Can you see me pivoting? Notch on notch, there we are, there's my notch. So it's as if I have cut and closed that out. And then I continue going in the same direction, so I'm going anti-clockwise, up side seam, round the bottom of the armhole, back up to where my new dart position is. Just mark it. Now when I take this off, this position is my new dart. I'll draw it in and you'll see it. So there's my bust point where I pivoted. Let's check. Yep. And now I can draw my dart. So if I was going from the bust point, that's where my dart's moved to now. So it's no longer here, it's moved to there. And as I say, we just step back for the apex of the dart to there, because we want to curve over the bust, not a pointy bust. So let me draw the new dart lines. So I've just stepped back, probably on a full scale it'd be about 2 centimetres back from the bust point. And there's my new shape. Now this is really weird, isn't it? How do we join these two together? If I just cut roughly round here for a minute to get rid of some surplus paper, we fold it out. Normally, bust darts fold downwards. So if I close that out by putting one line onto the other line, now my armhole's continuous, yeah? You can see that shape. And then if I cut it, and continue around the armhole. Look at that weird shape that it's made. Yeah? I would notch here with my notches. I would notch here. and I would drill a hole here, all those would be marking my dart position. So when I did close my dart, and I would sew along here to close it, on the inside you can see that with the dart pressed downwards, everything sits flush, so you've got a nice run on the armhole. And that's how you would pivot a dart to move the position.